Oh, hello and welcome along to the world of PMP. We've some specially edited clips from our recent productions to show on YouTube. These were taken in March 2020 and I hope you find them of interest. I'm not 100% sure of what the face mask actually does, and if you're young and fit, to my mind you're best getting the old virus, the Chinese virus, as President Trump called it. Nice wave from the Red Arrow driver. Everybody in the East Midlands usually very friendly, and hope we're all in it together, except for those that aren't. We've had viruses which have caused a lot more deaths and illnesses than this before, and nobody made a fuss. Not really quite sure what's so different about this one from the likes of bird flu. That came out of China as well. It's their liking for keeping all sorts of funny animals in their markets, along with people, and the viruses jump breeds from animals to humans, species which normally wouldn't live in such close proximity. Do you like proximity? It's not a bad one, is it? We're all supposed to be avoiding proximity and keeping distance from each other. Very cheery news, is it? Well, I hope every time I cough and sneeze I don't think I got coronavirus. I've been coughing for about 10 years. They say it's silent indigestion, which bubbles up. You don't really feel the indigestion, but it irritates the throat. I don't know about that. Could that be true? Perhaps. Who am I to say? The old doctors will tell you anything, won't they? Keeps them in a job. They're going to have plenty of work to do, aren't they, in this epidemic thingy? Well, it's keeping up a good momentum at the moment. Do keep up a good momentum. I'm sure they can't touch you for that. They're trying to restrict everything now, but they're not banning anything, so it means likes of pubs and restaurants won't be able to claim on any insurance, because all the government turned round and said people should avoid restaurants and theatres, pubs. But it didn't say they should close, so it just means they don't know where they stand. And you know, that's the grand statements from Mr. Boris Johnson that we'd expect. Fancy being led by a plonker like that through a crisis. Well, perhaps what wasn't a crisis, but given the fact that the French and the Italians got it before we did, they sure know how to make a crisis out of something. Anyway, the Italians immediately surrendered, and then they sort of told them, well, it's only a virus, you can't really surrender to a virus. Oh, blast, well, that's what they normally do. Can we change sides? And then somebody said, well, no, I don't think it works like wars. And they were a bit stuffed then, weren't they? The French shut their borders, the Germans shut their borders, and they were seeing if they could get the old Maginot line out of retirement and see if that had stopped the virus out, stop the virus coming in. And they said, well, it wasn't very good at stopping the Germans coming in the Second World War. I don't think it's going to be much use against a Chinese virus. So what did the French do? They closed all the pubs, all the restaurants, all the bars, all the shops, and they realised you shouldn't have closed the shops, so they opened those again because people wouldn't be able to get any food. And then they told them they'd have to stop kissing each other. Ho ho! Zut à l'heure! Well, that bit was a bit too fast. I don't think they've done that because they like kissing, don't they? So we got a right old 2 and 8. This old bug has made its way all around the world, which is a bit like the common cold, I suppose. And they're not really sure if we have it, we'll end up with immunity after we get better, or die. Well, you've always got to look on the bright side, haven't you? Hey, they won't get any more tax off you, will they? Hey? Well, I suppose they will. They'll probably tax your estate if you pop your clogs. Would you trust a government to lead us in this situation? Not on your Nelly. Boris Johnson had come out with the biggest load of bull you've ever heard of in your life. I tell you, don't believe a word the guy says. It's all make-believe. Wave from the Arriva driver. Well, it's your old mate Dave Spencer back once again. I hope you've enjoyed your visit in March 2020 out with us with the PMP camera, and of course we very much look forward to the pleasure of your company in future presentations from PMP. So on behalf of myself and Mandy at PMP, it's bye for now. See you all again soon.